Hello, Shameless Squad. Let's talk about this reading. This is an all signs psychic tarot collective message. The only person you have to please this year is you. And I got this channel download message from Spirit a couple days ago or so. I put it into a post or something like that or a blog previously last week. So go to stayshameless.com/blog if you want to see that freebie and read and learn a little bit more about me and me talking to my guides as I'm channeling. But this message clearly came through and it's all about healing. So we're going to talk about these energies. I decided to pull cards on this to give you all, members first, a little bit of feedback. So the only person that you have to please this year is you. So I feel like I'm talking to somebody who may be a recovering people pleaser, who may struggle to set and hold boundaries in relationships, who may feel like they really are struggling right now during this time and needing to focus on their own inner healing. So then outerly, like in the world, that manifests externally to feel better. And someone here has definitely dealt with, a lot of toxic positivity. And Spirit's really asking you to honor yourself and not having to be in this fake it till you make it energy, right? Because that only gets us so far. And this card says, trying to stay positive in life-changing moments is more toxic rather than being real with your feelings. Don't run, mask, manipulate yourself or others or in these situations or moments because some of you might regret it or someone around you might regret potentially like hurting you and you have some healing to do here. And some of you are being called to really make the decision, the executive decision I'm hearing, to let this person go. You could be a CEO, you could be a boss, this could be an employer-employee relationship, doesn't matter. But this is also CEO of your life kind of energy and really loving yourself here. This person regrets a poor decision they made because they realized they lost you. They wish they could have you back, but you've already been spoken for and have moved on from this. Let them go and let their poor choices go. This could be a friend, a family member, or a loved one, and you maybe not realize it right now because we got the Revealing the Truth Oracle deck too. Miracles in the reverse, and you also got the Hermit card in the reverse. And so I feel like for some of you, you're really needing to take some time to nourish yourself, pour into yourself. And the Hermit card in reverse could also feel like maybe you're kind of isolated. This card says dreams come true, get what you want, but this could also be like, okay, I've had to make some really hard, difficult decisions within relationships and healing, and also feel like I've had to kind of close off from people during this time. I'm hearing trust issues as well. Maybe you are really hard to trust people because they've hurt you quite a bit, but you are coming out of this. Five of Swords in the reverse and the Sun card, which is hug here and close comfort care here. But yes, you've been very suspicious of whom you can trust right now. And I see you manifesting much better relationships, people that are more giving to you here as well. Let me read the channeled message and download. I feel like there's a miracle on the way, and it's almost like you're trusting the divine source, God, universe, whatever it might be. So, excuse my hair. I wash it and then it like when it doesn't all dry, it looks greasy. My hair is not super duper light. It's dirty dishwater blonde. But anyway, shameless God, let me get through this for you, Bo. This was the channeled message download I was talking with my guides about specifically here, so I'm going to read it to you. Focus on this. We are all mentally bogged down, tired, and exhausted. Matches the download here with the Hermit card. Okay, and then in the upright. So some of you are really feeling replenished or needing to replenish your energy. This is me talking, and then my guides come in, everything like that. So I saw a post how overstimulated and being consistently traumatized at seeing violent acts in the news are happening today. Some people feel unsafe doing certain things that normally they'd feel comfortable doing. Remember this, when we are experiencing trauma, we can feel more exhausted, tired, the need for sleep is higher, anxiety and depression symptoms heighten. The first and foremost thing that we can all collectively do is heal. Consider attending more healing events like meditation, Reiki, sound baths, Tai Chi, breathwork, yoga. Choose to go to therapy, women's and men's circles. Every time you heal yourself, you heal the collective and the earth energetically. Be intentional on how and where you spend your energy. This was my guides talking. If we want a better world, that was, and this is also too, we must be better for the world. If we're choosing to show up numbed, dysregulated, dissociated, or in crisis mode, we're not going to be able to change these bigger things on the macro in the world. It starts within the micro steps every day. That way we can show up healthier, clear-headed, emotion soothed, moral decisions being made, grounded, and better for our society as a whole. That's where true change begins. And I feel like you know that here for some of you out there, and you're really trying to recalibrate your energies during this time. Only until we become more regulated, grounded, and soothed as a society will we only be more positive, healthy, and changes can occur, or more positive, healthy changes can occur. Otherwise, we can be impulsive, say and do things we don't mean, might regret later, be abusive, and more. Now, this was me just reflecting. I said to my partner a few weeks ago, imagine if meditating 3 times a day was a law. What a different world we'd live in. Rebecca Campbell also discusses that every time we do something for healing ourselves, not harmful, we heal others. It is when we do harmful things to ourselves, we can also harm others in the process. This happens on a covert and an overt level. That's shame. Sometimes we can't always recognize it, but we feel it. We know there's some sort of psychological or emotional abuse tactic underneath it all. The collective feels that. The collective also needs to be able to heal that. Now, here's my guides. Everyone is so obsessed with healing, yet many never actually do it. Many never actually heal, and many never actually take what they've learned from healing and apply it to life. Many people will say that word, that they have boundaries, but never actually employ them. Many can say they want to be more assertive, but never correct the coffee barista for making them the wrong drink. Many say they want to feel better, but never actually do anything to feel that way. Many say they value honesty, yet lack honesty with others and in the moment and within themselves. You can attend all the healing events, do all the therapy in the world, read all the books, and if you don't actually apply these lessons wisdom you've learned and gained from those experiences, you're not healing at all. You're staying stuck, you're staying stagnant, and you're staying the same. The world is asking you to grow by continuously healing and leveling up. Healing can look like attending previous events mentioned, but healing is also holding people accountable. Healing is having honest conversations with those that have hurt us or others. Healing is staying calm through self soothing or for those moments that feel like years due to stress levels being high. Healing is cutting off people you've tried to deal with over and over again, but deep down inside know they are unhealthy for you. Healing is also saying sorry, atoning for one's wrongs, and repairing things in life. Healing has many different definitions, and until we try to make positive change happen in the world, we need to learn to heal ourselves. Focus on this. So, the whole download is all about focus on this, Shameless Squad. And so, for the collective right now, Spirit's asking you all to be very intentional with your time, your energy, where you spend it, who you give it to, who you love, your money, just everything as a collective. And Spirit's also reminding you it doesn't matter whom you might be healing in the process because they might see you as if you're hurting them. If you are being honest with somebody in a conversation and calling them out and saying, like, ouch, that hurts my feeling, everyone or a lot of people in life will want to paint other people as the villain in their stories. And you are not the villain. You are not the victim. You are not the hero. You are co creating you and I with the divine here in your team. So when you choose to not do your healing by maybe calling someone out shamelessly in an honest way, potentially for their toxic positivity or them saying certain things that they're going to regret and they're smarter than that here, right? And they know this. It's kind of like this energy of, well, that's going to get stuck in your body and the body keeps the score, right? And feelings buried alive never die. And those could be some good books for you and resources. And it's also like it's about moving forward and it's about progressing here. And until people learn how to hold themselves accountable to a higher standard of being the best, shameless, authentic version of themselves, that's when healing can truly begin too, when we start to focus on this. So let's shuffle out the shameless truth. What does my beautiful shameless squad need to know? Shameless squad, please remember that members on my channel get these videos sooner. Consider joining for $12.99 a month. I get about $7 of that. I know I said certain things differently in other videos, so my bad. I forgot what I put it at. Your girl is a human and she's allowed to make mistakes too, or your girl's a person, right? Over here. So definitely consider supporting the channel, help it grow, everything like that too. I make tons of videos on my YouTube channel here, okay? Okay, a lot of you are being called to rise up or rise out. This is spirit calling you to rise up to your power here and doing some different things here overall and really taking your power back from people who once took it specifically. Let's discuss this. I love this. Okay. I love that the cards are coming up, but this is the rise up, right? Rise out energy. This is literally calling your power back from other people. Rise into your power and let people who are not meant to move forward with you rise out of your life. You are powerful and you have the power and you have to take your power back from people at this time. Don't go back to past versions of yourself. It's not going to work out. Anytime you feel powerless, say, I am powerful, rise up or rise out. Some of you might be getting some sort of tattoo or a piercing or a reminder, or you might be, kind of nurturing yourself during this time or doing something nourishing or pleasurable, being very conscious of where you spend your money instead of Amazon Prime or shopping at certain stores or places or whatever it might be, right? It might be like, all right, I'm going to save up for something beneficial here. Some of you might be getting a spiritual tattoo. I don't know why I'm picking up on that of like a deity, a god, a goddess, or whatever, a sigil, a power symbol, something of that sort to remind you every day, maybe an angel number two or a spiritual animal totem. Or this person could have lots of tattoos, express themselves through their wardrobe, piercing. Some of you could be also just kind of saying like, maybe you're rising up, rising out of like an old job or position if you were like a nail tech or a hair care person or a nail artist or massage here overall, and not settling for less with desires and requires when it comes to boundaries. Potentially, if you were in those like careers or settings or employees or whatever, maybe you're an artist or maybe you're a creative, and now you're requiring certain things to be different, and you're stepping into this creative sexual energy for yourself, this sacral chakra of this pleasure, this joy, this happiness, and trying to hermit your energy to really figure out how to move within that. Because look at that orange there overall to really step into this power. You might need to get Reiki done, some of you. But desires are what you want to happen in life. Requires are a set of rules, boundaries, and personal policies you need to happen in life. So a lot of you need to be working on boundaries, making sure you're holding yourself accountable and setting requires and not only feeding into others' desires or settling for less than you deserve, self-worth. And literally, we already talked about this, Spirit's saying, be mindful of where you're putting your money, where your mouth is, or where your energy is. Spend mindfully, consciously, and intentionally at this time. Put your money where your energy is, or put your money where you know your energy needs to be. If it feels like I'm so exhausted and burnt out, maybe can you get somebody to help babysit like the kids during the week so then you can just go sit outside for like a couple hours and do nothing, or go to that free meditation online that people have, or the one for like $20, especially if you're hoarding money. Someone here might be hoarding their money, or there's something about that here, but not being so flippant with money is what I'm hearing, the word flip it and dopamine hits, but like really about these healing experiences during this time here. Again, Reiki as well, that came up. Tell me about Rise Up, or let's get some more. What else does my Shameless squad please need to know? Remember, this is a general read. Yeah. Nothingness in the reverse. So a lot of you might be going into, or maybe this is past energy. You've experienced a lot of potential death, erasure, forgetfulness, or maybe the kind of brain fog during this time. I see you coming out of that, or you're feeling really frustrated, maybe feeling like life doesn't have any meaning to it right now, or I'm kind of numbed out, or I'm dissociated, or life's really tough in the state of the world with where things are at during this time. And Spirit's saying, like, hey, can you rise up to that power though? Can you call your power back? Can you do protection spells, rituals, sovereignty prayers, energy, different types of things with that? If you don't know how to do that stuff, happy to do a one-on-one mentorship session with you. Go to stayshameless.com, or feel free to email me with that Shameless Squad. Okay. Tell me more. Finances in the reverse here, so a dark place. Money problem, work success, fortune, and you had the miracles card that came out in the reverse, Shameless Squad. So again, I feel like this is coming in. It hasn't come out yet. And again, there's this dark energy of feeling bogged down, depressed, or just maybe even spending money on things that don't necessarily do anything for you energetically, like wardrobe or your hair or your nails or your makeup or whatever. Yeah, I'm hearing like someone just goes to their like hair care person to just bitch and complain about life. I'm hearing free therapy when they're not a therapist. Okay. So don't get it twisted. For a lot of you, though, I feel like you are a tattoo artist or a piercer and you're coming into a big success. Or a lot of you, your wardrobe is going to change here because you have some more money that's coming in here overall from something you did from the past. Because they're telling me, South Node, Virgo card, Hermit showed up that you may not realize during this time or see here. For a lot of you, things will be working out in your favor. And some of you are coming out of money problems with this. Very interesting. Adjust in the reverse here. So you might be going through a lot of adjustments, adapt, accommodate, compensate, balance here when it comes to those boundaries and desires and requires. These two dark cards and things are coming to light here. This could happen around Halloween because skeletons are in this card here, or a skeleton that could be significant to you. You could be seeing butterflies or mushrooms or fairies or fays, whatever. But I feel like things are about to change specifically. And some of you might be negotiating some sort of salary or compensation or upping your rates. And, you're able to treat yourself a little bit more to certain things that feel really good here. And others of you are like adapting your self-worth, your boundaries, not adapting your self-worth, but like leveling it up more and your boundaries in regards of balancing how much you give and receive from other people here. Yeah. So some of you might have forgot that the overall energy, it's very interesting. I'm hearing, so you got the forgotten person, and I'm hearing it's good that you forgot them. It's like release them, let them go. You may be thinking about some people in your life during this time. Like we're in retrograde season and not just Mercury, we're in the outer planet retrograde. So if things feel kind of slow, dark, or, a lack of whatever here direction and just uncertainty, it's kind of like you might have an energetic cord with somebody. You may need to do a cord cutting ritual and unhooking here. But this forgotten person, I'm hearing drop them from the past, an old friend here. They could have had legal issues with them. You could have had legal issues with them. And this could have been like an elder or like a sibling in regards to family wills, baby mama, baby daddy, child custody. Excuse me, hiccup confirmation. I'm hearing business here overall too. So for a lot of you, this could have been someone who, when it comes to forgotten person, with business and put your money where your mouth is, spend mindfully, consciously, and intentionally. Put your money where your energy is. This is kind of like a fake person or a false friend that's like, oh yeah, I totally want to come and support you and go to this event or do that or whatever. And they just like say it to your face and they get you all excited about it, but then they like plant seeds of false hope. And this person like forgot about you, or they didn't follow up with you, they didn't text you back, they didn't support you, but you were always consistent in showing up for them here. And it's almost like their reputation is going to be upheld in some sort of way here. I don't know why, but there's something about like their reputation. It's like it gets around in similar circles here. And some people are like, I don't know what's going on with that person overall. So let's clarify this. Ooh, the Lover's card. Yeah, you have a lot of choices and decisions to make currently. Gemini energy, this could be about love, but I feel like this is more so about loving yourself here. Nine of Pentacles, how much you're charging for certain things, money and career for a lot of you. Tell me about this rise up, rise out, or just taking care of yourself. Nine of Pentacles is this person where it's like they're taking care of themselves. They're living a life of luxury. They're having a cup of coffee, having a cup of tea, or having a cup of wine. They're reading their books. They're feeling really free and powerful. And I feel like a lot of you are being called to step into that energy here. Rise up or rise out and nothingness. Ace of Wands, what did I say? New opportunities are being created for you, or you are creating these things. And I mentioned about you being an artist here, or something specific about that overall. I'm hearing like writer's block though, for some of you. There's something about like you've wanted to create this new start and it was from the past here. And it's almost like you forgot about this, or it's like, wow, I need to remember that like I love writing, or I love doing this art project, or I love painting, or I love creating my own dream life. Create your own reality is what I'm getting with this energy too. And it's almost like being able to really choose what's best for you, not what's best for other people here, and calling this power back here overall, especially if you feel like things have kind of been, this isn't really going to work out or nothingness. But I see you really building and planting and growing everything like that. You might be inclined to get like a bonsai tree or work with pink, purple flowers or even hummingbirds energy. But Spirit's like you have all the seeds to garden, to rise rise up, to say I'm powerful, to create this new dream life here for a lot of you, okay? There's a lot of new starts and a lot of new beginnings. And I mentioned that I feel like this is from the past here. Tell me about finances, tattoo piercing, wardrobe, hair care, nails done, massage. Cool. Hangman energy, North Node. I'm telling you, step into your purpose, power, Pisces energy could come from a Pisces. You may be meditating again on these new starts, these new beginnings, or even healing more, putting money towards, going on a retreat, not a vacation, doing meditation, doing yoga, doing these kinds of things to re-nourish your cup, getting back to nature here, getting grounded here. And it's almost like you might have spent money on that and you might be regretting it, but others of you, I see it being very good for you. Going to these healing journeys. Yeah, some of you regret it. Like I said, some of you might regret it. Like, damn, I didn't realize my finances would take a hit. But Spirit's saying, yeah, you're coming out of this energy and it's worth the reward here. Overall, something better is coming in for you with this. I feel like you had to learn some sort of lesson with this. Could have been with the Taurus, in regards of this, in a relationship with you, but something better. Success is coming in. You had a lot of decisions, choices, and I feel like you're chalking certain things up to a learning experience. And I feel like some of you are healers and you are successful and you are protected to move forward with this. And you're almost like needing to come up with a plan to help people. So focusing on healing here. Don't stay at home stuck. Don't isolate. Eight of Swords. That's like self-imposed restrictions, spiritual purgatory, and Nine of Pentacles, cutting it again. Shameless God, literally. Do the things that fill up your cup during this time that doesn't feel flippant with your money here, because this is something where it's kind of like I'm getting every time you spend, save a little bit. Every time get paid or you get money, just even from anything, save a little bit. And I feel like you're building some sort of finances. Absolutely. Knight of Pentacles, or rebuilding, regaining this, and it's gonna work out and it's gonna pay off. Okay. Tell me about the self-worth and desires and requires here. The strength card sideways. So could it be a Leo? You could be working on boundaries since Leo season. Judgment in the reverse. There could be a Scorpio or someone during Scorpio season that's going to test you. And I mentioned that with the Halloween, around Halloween here. That is Scorpionic energy. One more, or you could be a Scorpio or a Leo here, or just like a stubborn person because it's fixed sign energy. You could have it in your chart. Someone else could have it in their chart. Seven of Swords. Someone's going to test you. Okay. This is a test from the universe. And Spirit's like, if you spent so much money on your healing, if you spent so much money on therapy, on coaching, on working with a consultant, on going to these social gatherings, these circles, yoga classes, exercises, mental health, sexual health, physical health, financial health, are you really going to throw all that work away on someone who's going to try to challenge you? So there's a test here. Someone's trying to be coy with you. Someone is trying to stab you in the back with this and hurt you. But Knight of Wands, be successful, be assertive, and don't give this person the benefit of the doubt here. See through their illusions, see through their shadows, see through your fears with this, and call your power back. And you're going to be successful. Four of Wands in the upright, and you're going to be successful here, okay? You have Cancer, Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, and Leo here. Does not matter. It could be those seasons in your chart, their chart. And Four of Wands, there's a wish fulfillment that comes in for you. Okay. You could be seeing 1 1 1 1 1 a lot. So 11 11 plus another one. But Spirit's asking you, create what you want and focus on this. And you might be a healer. You might be a witch. You might be a spiritualist. You might be doing rituals. You might be doing different types of magic with people too here. Okay. Tell me about spend mindfully and consciously. Yeah, Three of Pentacles sideways. There could be a group of people or family that are like trying to get you to go on the trip. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, and it doesn't work out. It's like you think this could be so great and so wonderful, and I'm actually seeing you spend more money and more money than it's actually worth here. Someone's going to pay for like a ticket or all this stuff on this road trip or this vacation or this move or this planning, whatever it is, this flight, and this person's not going to pay you back. I'm hearing around Jupiter retrograde, so that's way into the future. That starts on 11/11. Yeah, the Hermit card. Go within, meditate before making any financial decisions. And again, Work on healing your energy. Focus on this, okay? The Hermit card in the upright, there might be a Virgo. Otherwise, you might regret it and then have more problems later here. The Tower moment in the reverse, and then have to completely rebuild yourself after you spent so much time, so much money, so much energy. And now it's like going back to Page of Pentacles. I'm starting over. So, this is a warning. Shameless squad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Um, yeah, Nine of Cups in the reverse. And some of you, this could be related to overindulging, overeating, overdrinking, overdoing it, hitting the vape. Yeah, drinking, not being in healthy communities here overall, needing to release, let go of substance use and be in better connections and communities. You could be 33, but this is something where it's like, wow, when I actually don't go to the bar and drink Three of Cups in the reverse, Three of Pentacles in the upright, and I actually get out in nature, I actually go road tripping, or I actually go on walks, or I actually meet a community of people and friends here up that make me feel good. It's more successful versus like I'm traveling the world and then I get a fucking hangover, right? And then I'm trying to close up this cycle here. But Six of Cups, maybe you've had it since childhood, or someone from the past is trying to get you to do this, or this past person could experience a lot of addiction and Queen of Wands in the reverse. They almost want to make you feel bad because they feel bad. And that's where this whole self-esteem, self-worth thing comes in. Yeah, there's a lot of ego, power trips, and control that's being played out. Someone wants to control you, manipulate you. Their ego is big. Hold them accountable, like I said, and addictions, cutting the deck here. So you might be dealing with this. And anything might be an addiction, caffeine. This is a crutch when it's not true. What we need this when it's not true. So, no addiction is healthy and every addiction is harmful. And when we become attached to something we think we need, that is when we need to give up this pattern the most. So, take an honest look in the mirror at what compulsive things you are using as vices during this time, Shameless Squad, okay? Someone tried to steal your ideas and it backfired. So, for any of you that have new ideas, they're heavily protected. Could be a parental figure here and they're just making the excuse up. Well, my parents did that to me. And it's like, really? Someone could be cross-watching tarot reads to get into your energy. Protect your energy, cleanse your energy, clear your energy, especially when you are reading or watching different readers here overall, or going to readers yourself here again. I have a workbook for that, so definitely check that out. But live, learn, and hurt experiences. This is about sharing the craft that you've mastered, what you are doing, and where you are going. Affairs, third party mistress, triangulation here when it comes to sex or sexuality. Some of you are needing to share your story with the wisdom on this apple here, maybe even about death overall. Maybe some of you are honoring your ancestors, your guides, your passed on loved ones. And there's this big change and transformation that wants to come in, newborn evolution, but it hasn't happened yet here. So I feel like you're needing to focus on your own healing and then being able to do this. Some of you, you might be going to different groups online. We have electronization, data backup, or different things that are potentially on your computer that wow, this was actually really healing. Wow, this was actually really helpful here. So, Shameless Squad, let me know how you are feeling about these energies in the comments below. Like, subscribe, hype this video, send it, leave me a comment. Hype is also completely free. You drop a comment, then you swipe left, and then you hit hype. And make sure to smash subscribe if you are new, and consider joining my membership too. If you're not on my newsletter, it's stayshameless.com. You scroll down 75% of the way on the homepage, you get a freebie gift from me, everything like that, because I also will do random card pulls on there too. So definitely sign up, stay signed up. That's where I do a lot of discounts and different types of things too. Shameless Squad, you got this. Focus on this during this time. Focus on your healing during this time. And again, as always, give your girl some love. Let me know what resonates. Thank you for your likes, subscribes, donations, tips, everything like that. Shout out to Barb for being the first member. Shout out to Ashley for the last donation. I appreciate you and I love all of you. Stay tuned for more and stay shameless.